We only got one decent wyvern egg last episode, which means that we are going to need a bunch of mutations. And if you can't hear behind you, we've got about 62 lightning wyvern females here in this little pit that I've constructed. And today I'm going to kind of go through my mutations process. Okay, we're gonna have to pause mutations for a second. I hear raptor claws. See a couple presents over this way. Is that one way off to the right? Go check on these first. Oh, I see his sleigh right there. Behind the obelisk. Yep, there he is. I guess he started over on this side? Maybe that one to the right is just a star. Yeah, I think it was. Okay, that makes sense. Why did I not get the Maywing? That was really dumb. This thing is a lot slower. Wyverns used to be like the fastest thing you could get, and now the Maywing just blows them out of the water. Okay, first present of the year. Oh, for me at least. And we got some stuff. Let's get away from the RGs. Oh, okay, Pachyrhinosaurus saddle, coal, mistletoe, and a scorpion chibi. Good ghillie boots. And the Thyla. I need to go on a hunt for my Pelagornis chibi. Kind of just disappeared one day, probably in a box somewhere. So, step one is always going out and getting some high-level creatures that you want to mutate. Hopefully you get plenty of points into each of the stats that are important to you for that tame. So, the wyverns, for example, you definitely want high health and melee damage, but then also their stamina can be an issue, so you want to work on that some too. I started out with really low weight, so I put a few mutations there as well, and the more points they start with in a stat, the easier it'll be to mutate it up to where you want it to be. The first 20 mutations will come a lot faster than any you get beyond that on a specific stack. So if you look at the center of this little box I have pulled up, you see the two little hazard symbols in the center, and that shows how many mutations the mother has and the father has. And once one side gets to 20 or higher, you won't get any more mutations from that side. So it basically cuts your mutation rate in half, which is why it's best, in my opinion, to stack everything separately. Like in this box, I have my 4 different mutation stacks. So stamina, you can see we started out with 36, and I went ahead and just went to 20 mutations there. So each mutation comes with 2 points in a stat, as well as 1 color mutation. And if we started with 36, we should have 76, which we don't. We have 74? Okay, so I messed that up. I've got 19 mutations into stamina. Probably just leave it at that. That should be plenty. That gets us up to basically 1500, and if I need to, I can put a few points in there after the fact once we level the wyvern up a little bit. But I could have gone up to 76, which would have been 20 total mutations on that stack and 40 extra levels. And that's why this method is so effective, because you can keep the mutation stack clean on one side, which is the mother side, each generation, and you can hit that 20 mark fairly quickly and then push on from there if you want, which is what we're going to do with health and melee. So I put just 10 mutations into weight real quick, get that up to about 750, which should be fine. Started on melee, we're up to 67 there, possibly 69. I feel like I have a 69 right here somewhere. As you can see, it's very organized. Then health is up to 62. That sounds right. They don't always stay in order in here, so you kind of have to go through and look at each one. So, after you have your base stats that you've brought home with your wild tames, you can combine all of those into 1 male and 1 female with identical stats, and preferably identical colors as well. Then you can spot the mutations a little easier if you're not using the Dino Storage mod, because you'll see their color mutations when they hatch out of the egg. Then once you have your breeding pair, I would take, see, I have my breeding, or my base male right here. So I took the base male and threw him out where I'm going to put this other guy. There's my 62 health mutation. So you start with your base male here. And you just kind of smush him into the group here. I believe all the females still have their breeding turned on. So I should be able to just enable mating on this guy, and he will breed with all 62, which sounds exhausting. And delete all the others, check his level. He's at 236, so if one of the babies gets his high stats to get to that 236 baseline, and then gets a mutation on top of that, they will be at level 238. So we just come in here, search for 238, and wait for some to hatch. And then we'll just look through and find a male that hatched level 238 with that extra mutation into health, just like the father here. And we've made a little more progress on that stack. And it's nice to pair up two stats that you're working on, because once I get a baby with the correct health mutation, I can throw it out over there and bring the melee mutation in and try to get a baby for that one. And hopefully by the time that one comes out, the health mutation is fully grown and I can slot him back in. Got two males, one with a weight mutation and one with a food mutation. So those are no good for us right now. And you can keep an eye on this bar in the center, and once it starts to get close to 300, you need to delete what's in there, because 62 or maybe up to like 70 or 75 babies could hatch at once, and if they all hatch in this pit with the females and start growing up, you've got a problem. Because after so long, the soul terminal won't pick them up. I don't know what percentage of growth they have to hit for that, but it's pretty quick. You're just stuck with them at that point. Food, weight, health, there it is. Okay. 64 points in health. Grab that guy, pick this one up, and he can go straight into his folder, and we will grab the 67 melee guy here. Toss him out. Get him mating and delete what's in here. Go let this guy grow up. There we go. It's always good to name them as well, not E. 64 health. Okay, let that guy grow up, and we'll wait for the next melee mutation. So it's basically just this for like a week straight, or several weeks, depending on how far you want to go. 242, so we're looking for a 244, and that's basically it. And then once you get each stack as high as you want it, you go through, just like we did with the original wild tames, and combine all the highest stats, and you should have your mutated creature, and then you can kind of sift through the colors that you've gotten and decide what color you want to make them. Save several in here, but I'm not sure what I'm going to go with. It's usually best to wait till the end, so I don't sit here thinking about it the whole time I'm getting more mutations, changing my mind 10 different times. Weight and stamina, so that's no good. But I think I'm going to be the nerd that I am and go with a nice blue with like a white, off-white, almost yellow on the plates on the bottom and the fins and everything, and kind of go for that D&D blue dragon look. I think I can probably get all 5 of the main dragon colors. I don't know how many in the audience are D&D players, but basically got red for fire, blue for lightning, white for cold, and then green for poison, which we can do poison wyvern for, and black is normally acid, but it's probably just going to be another poison wyvern. There yet? Let's see. 242, 244, the search bar, and we need 69 right there. Nice. 69 points into melee. Pick that guy up, and we're good to go into the melee stack. They usually get pretty ugly by the end of the mutations, but we can sort that out at the end. I'm going to go ahead and pick him up. Need to name this one. Change name. There we go. 69 melee. Perfect. So at this point we are at 82 points into health, 76 points into stamina, 44 into weight, and 81 into melee. And that's 20 mutations into health, stamina, and melee, and 10 into weight. But I would like to move on to some other videos, so for now we're going to keep these guys in the background. We'll leave the females out there, and we can continue on the health and melee stacks in the background. And we got most of our colors figured out. I would like to see something different on the wings, but it's not too bad. Take a look at this guy. So we got a decent blue color on the body, and I like that tan or bone color on the back of his neck and on his underbelly. But I feel like the wings are a little much. I'd like to see a more neutral color out there too, but this will be good for now. So our final stats, you can see right here, about 20,000 health after the imprint, 1,500 stamina, 900 weight, and 683 on the damage. So definitely a good start. Let's go see what he can do. Start with a little bite here. 710. I think that's probably it. I don't think this guy's mate boosted. Double check here. Yeah, we're good. 710 on the melee damage, and 222 per tick on the lightning, which is actually really good. Come here, little buddy. Come on. There we go. Let's see, we're going up by... After the animation is over, we'll look at this. Yay. Okay. Come here, little raptor. Oh, come on. There we go, 722. Okay. So up by about 12 points of damage per point into the stat. That'll add up pretty quickly. And then 3 on that. Okay. Let's go fight something big. But first... It's not the first one I imprinted. Let's grab this guy back out. Got a few more levels on him. I have... Oh, go away. Right this way, guys. There we go. I have a new hatchery made because I broke the last one trying to move one of the ceiling pieces that was under it, and made some fertilizer. I need to make some kind of a breeding area around this windmill because wyverns are way too big to fit in here. That was my whole plan, but as you can see, that's not going to work. He's way bigger. I might put the male up there just so I can get to him easier and turn the breeding on and off, but at least the females are going to have to go down below. I could just kind of build a little building onto the back here to hold the females. We'll figure that out later. But then I can get all 88 points into a creature as soon as I breed them out. So this guy is up to 20,000 health, and now about 1,000 on the damage. And we are up to... Nope. Nope. Oh, come on now. There we go. 1,036 points per bite. And we'll find something a little more exciting to try the breath out on. Here we go. Got an Alpha Carno to play with. Don't eat the horses. Come this way. Okay, 323 per tick on the lightning. Not too shabby. This guy should be done any second now. Go with one more lightning. There it is. Should be a couple more levels there. Yeah, 6 more. We're just gonna dump everything into melee damage. Got an Alpha Raptor. Looks like no Titanosaurs on this map, but we could go find an Alpha Rex or something. Oh, that's a raptor and a Carno down. It's a Bronto head. I was staring at that thing wondering what was going on. Look. Just a little slug-looking thing on the edge of the cliff. Dude. Dude. Stop it. Okay. After a few laps around the map and not seeing an Alpha Rex, I decided to come over and fight some fire wyverns in this trench. Hopefully I can find an Alpha in here, and I'm dehydrating. At least I saw that before I went in. I've been in here eating a few already with no sign of an Alpha, so this guy's up to 408 and almost 1250 on the damage. I'll probably keep an eye out for a high-level egg in there as well, or a few of them, if I can find them. If I do get some, they'll probably just stay in a chest somewhere for a while. Don't really want to do 2 sets of Wyvern mutations back-to-back. Let's see. There's one guy down there. Some of these guys look pretty cool with the event colors on them. Oh, look at this. I always found the best method is to just kind of hide in one of these little cubbies, and then they all come right to you. You take a little more damage, but you can kill them pretty quickly. There we go. Oh, a 210 and a 204. Need to check some of these nests. Like this one. Come on, 210. And we have a... Oh, got the 204. I'll take that. Let me level this guy up real quick. Yoink. Okay. You guys upset? Yes. Let's go talk about it in the corner. Come on. Got a pretty decent start on the fire ones already. That 204 will be pretty good, hopefully. And a 210? Maybe? 30. Oh, that sucks. I should probably go ahead and grab that. 98. That's pretty good. One more. 204. Which probably doesn't help us at all. There's a good chance that's the same one. Yeah, they're both 204. So they could be from the same parent, which means they'll have the same exact stats. Good thing I have another Wyvern back at the base. Okay, I think I've played with the new Wyvern long enough. I think that's probably going to be it for today. We'll be back soon with probably another taming video. We need to go find something to do the next cave with. Probably going to be the Gigantopithecus with the Mesopithecus on my shoulder and one on his shoulder. Little monkey squad idea I had. We can do the next cave and be ready for the Broodmother fight. If you guys had fun, hit the like button. If you want to follow along, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.